Okay, I'm gonna figure out what I want to do with this project. I have so many projects laying around that are like half finished. I really don't want to undo this because I really like how it fits. It's a top, by the way, and it's got like a V-neck style. I have to do some buttons on the back, but I really like how this bit fits and how I've shaped it. I want to keep that, but I don't really like the sleeves or the bottom, or I'm not sure. I kind of want to turn it into a dress. I've made one dress before. I'll put a picture or a video up here. I wore it to a wedding, and it was made with this same yarn. This is a bamboo, oh actually it's here. This is the yarn I used for the dress that I wore to a wedding, and it's the same as this teal one here, just it's a different colour, but it's the True bamboo yarn, and it feels really nice for dresses and stuff, so I kind of want to make this into a dress, but I don't have enough of this teal colour to fully make a dress. This is all I've got left, this little tangled ball over here of it. But I was kind of thinking, what if I used all of these colours, including this grey, and did like a dress with that? Like, surely that would be enough. Say I need 500 grams. Actually, you know what, let's go weigh all of the yarn and see if that's going to be enough. Okay, 103 plus 153 plus 72 plus this, including this, which is like the already done top, it's like 650 grams, all of these colours. I think that's definitely going to be enough. I might put a little mood board together and kind of figure out what I want to do for the pattern. And I haven't decided about the sleeves too. It's summer right now, or it will be summer in like 2 weeks. I'm not sure I want to make long sleeves. I don't know, I might undo the sleeves and just do like a ruffle at the shoulder. Again, I haven't decided. We're going to do the bottom of it first and then go back to the sleeves at some point. I'm confident in my abilities, and I think these colours are going to look good together, I hope. I think it's going to look nice. I tested out a little granny square to see how many I would need to put along the bottom of this section that I have, and 2 rows is definitely going to take too many squares. So I'm going to make this granny square a little bit bigger before I keep moving forward and make a bunch of them, and then I'll stitch them all together, and then I'll stitch them along the bottom of this top section. I found the rest of the yellow buttons. I knew I had more of these buttons, but for some reason I only had 2 in my little collection. I was like, I knew I bought a whole packet of them. Found them in my yarn box right at the bottom. So these are the buttons I'm going to use for the back of the top. I don't think I'll use all 6. That seems like a few too many, but I might do 4. So at the moment I'm currently seaming up the back of the top. I can't really work on the skirt portion until I finish this button closure. So yeah, how cute are these buttons? Oh, I'm so happy I found them. I have 1 square left to sew together. I just had to make this square because I realised I didn't have enough. And that is 10 squares. And I feel like that's going to be enough because it's going to cinch it in a tiny bit from the top, because the top is 163 stitches, but it is kind of loose on me, so I think it will be okay if part where the squares are kind of brings it in a bit, and then for the skirt we'll like do some increases and stuff. But yeah, it's turning out so much better stitching it together with the needle rather than crocheting it. These squares are just too tiny to crochet together because it just looked really bulky. I'm going to sew that one together, sew it together in a loop, and then we can crochet it onto the top, which I'm very excited about. Okay, I mentioned before that the bottom of my top is 163 stitches. So I've done 2 rows with the teal yarn around the top of this granny square band, and I have to do some increasing, but it is now 160 stitches, so I'll just figure out the 3 stitches. I thought 160 was better than what it was. It was like 130 or something, so I managed to get that done. So I'm going to, I actually haven't decided if I'm going to crochet it together or if I'm going to sew it with my needle. This is the yarn that I unraveled from the bottom, and then here's the top. I've done the buttons and I connected it at the back. I haven't tried it on since I've done the buttons. It should be alright. I was having a little bit of the sleeves were falling off my shoulder. Since I haven't tried it on since I've put the buttons on, I don't know if I fixed that or not. I was thinking if it still falls off my shoulder, I can put some ties here and like tie it at the back of my neck, like area, so I'm not too worried about it. I had to seam this part together here, so you can see there's the seam. I crocheted that together and it is a little bit bumpy, but I think that's alright. So I think crocheting it together might be the move. I did neaten all of the extra threads coming out of the granny squares because I knew if I left that till later I would not do it. I decided to do it earlier rather than later. Now, this top is still connected to the sleeve yarn in that basket, but I don't think that should be too much of an issue to deal with. So I want the good sides together like this, and then once I crochet it together, it'll look like this. I don't know if my camera's focusing. It's having a hard time because it's so dark in my room and I've only got my lamp on, but I hope you can see. I always end up filming late at night and then you can't see properly. Okay, yeah, so good side to good side, and we're going to try and line up this seam perfectly. And I'm going to, I don't like slip stitching because I find sometimes the slip stitching can be too tight, and I feel like it warps the seam sometimes. So I'm going to crochet with a single crochet the band of the top to the granny square band that I have finished. Now this is going to take a while because this yarn is so slippery. I'm hoping that once I get into the rest of the dress it should be relatively smooth because we're just going to be going around and around and around until it's long enough. I was originally thinking a maxi dress, but since it's going to be summer, I was kind of thinking maybe I make a mini dress and then we could do like a scallop around the bottom edge or something. I'm really into scallops with crochet. Like, if I can, I will put it on a project. I haven't quite decided on the stripes with the different colors yet, because some I only have a little bit of, and then others I have quite a lot of, like this dark charcoal grey, where is it, the outer one of this square, I have like a whole 100 grams of it, but then some of the lighter cotton colours I have like not much, so we'll just have to see. If any colour doesn't make it at least one way round the dress, I won't include it because I don't want it to look like a scrap project. But yeah, I'm going to finish crocheting this together and then I might actually try it on after. This is how it looks. It looks nice and flat. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing that around and then that will be done and I can tie that off and secure the ends inside, and then I'll have to start on the skirt portion, which is where I'm going to weave in all of these ends of the granny squares because I left them all out on the same spot so that it'll be easier. I'm just going to I've done a slip knot here, but I'm going to tie it in a knot and then I'm going to weave each end in so that it doesn't slip, because some of these yarns are really slippery, so I'm trying to do my ends really well because I really don't want it to come undone. Okay, I'll do some sped up clips so you don't have to watch me do this in real time because it's kind of slow. I don't know why the clip is so orange, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try my top on. Still connected to the strings for the sleeves, but that's okay. mind the sleeves. I don't know what's going on. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with them yet because, sorry, I'm a bit out of breath from trying that on. Oh my goodness. I haven't done the buttons up, mainly because I can't really reach. I might go and ask my mum to do it up for me because I can't reach. Okay, my mum did the buttons for me at the back. Oh, I just realized the sleeves are uneven. I know I mentioned earlier that I was having a bit of trouble with the like shoulder bits slipping down, but now that I've done the buttons and done them up at the back, it's staying on so much nicer, and I think that sits really well. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a crochet like border or anything. If I did, I would do it in the, although I could do like a scallop, like just, that can be like right at the end. I really like the squares. I think they look cute. I'm happy with the size of them. I'm going to step back a little bit just to show you, but it might be out of focus because I can't reach my camera from so far away, but I'll try. It's actually a pretty decent length already. I think with the squares, it definitely makes it look a lot nicer than if I had just kept going with that mesh that was originally on the top. Part of me is like, oh, I could keep doing it as a top, but no, we're gonna do the dress. I'm committing to the dress, don't worry. I'm gonna do a few rows, sorry, I'm on my tippy toes, so I'm sorry if I'm a bit shaky. I'm gonna do a few rows of double crochet after the granny squares, and then I'll do some increasing for the skirt. So yeah, I'm thinking a mini dress. Like I said, it's summer, so we'll do a mini dress, and then if I'm like want to keep going until a maxi dress, we'll decide later. But yeah, sleeves, I don't know, I kind of like the 3/4 sleeves. Is that even 3/4? I don't know, but I kind of think the sleeves are cute. But it's hard to tell until I do the rest of the dress. Yeah, but I'm so happy. Okay, I'm gonna finish this area here and probably start a little bit on the skirt. Oh, I'm very excited. I'm so happy. I know we haven't done like much crocheting yet because most of this top was already done, but trust, we will get into some decent crocheting in the next little bit of the video. So yeah, the squares just took me a weird time to figure out, like 2 days, 3 days. been a little while since I've worked on this project. I'm honestly feeling a little bit stuck. I'm not happy with the direction of the dress. I'm just not happy with how it's sitting on me. It's like too gathered, like too much fabric. So I'm going to unravel what I've done on the top. And I've decided I'm going to make a top and skirt set. So it's like kind of looks like a dress, but it's a long skirt and a top like separately. And I think that'll still be fun. And I'm still going to call it a dress for the purpose of this video. But I'm going to finish the meshy sleeves that I had started and just do like a bit of mesh stitch under the granny squares as well. I'll get it for you later, but the actual project's over there. For now, I'm working on the skirt, which you would have seen me working on just in the past clips. This is what it looks like so far. I'm going to try and do a maxi skirt. This is only like, I've been working on this since yesterday, so it's working up relatively quickly. Usually skirts like this take me like a week and a half, like to this length. So I'm pretty happy with how this is looking. I'm using a giant hook. Usually I would use, for this weight of yarn, I would use like a 3mm hook. I'm using an 8mm at the moment to get this like mesh look. So I'm going to sew a underskirt once I've finished it, and I think that should be good. But I'm using the same sorts of colours as I had been using in the top. I'm just using all the bamboo based yarns that I had just for the drape purposes. I've not decided if I'm going to put any cotton yarns in this. I might have to because we're this far in and I'm already running out of some of the colours and stuff. So I've got heaps of this linen-y colour though, so the bottom of it might just be a big section of that same colour. But this is what I'm working on now. I know it's kind of pivoted a little bit, but I'd rather change my direction than keep going with what I was doing and not be happy with it.